All right. So what are we talking about tonight? What you been up to? What you been looking at?
Something came across my radar this week that I had not heard of, and apparently I've been totally out of loop on this, is FIRE, F-I-R-E, Financial Independence, Retire Early.
I heard somebody say something about that, but I'm a little bit out of the loop.
Yeah, so now I'm not an expert,
Right.
obviously, but the whole point is it seems to me like it's Dave Ramsey-ish to where you say, okay, well, let's eliminate all of our debt.
Sure.
Let's live below our means, take any extra income. It's essentially look at your budget, cut the fat.
It's like basic intelligence.
Right, but that's not where we are in
Okay.
2019.
Okay.
But let's cut the fat. Let's only pay for our essentials.
Right.
They talk about looking at your three largest expenses, which is, I think, food, housing, transportation.
Right.
They didn't put healthcare in there, which I was kind of surprised about.
Interesting.
Right.
Why do you need that?
Well, if we get Medicare for all, it doesn't matter. Right?
That's true.
If you move to Canada, you're good to go.
That's true.
So they're looking at
we'll get there.
Yeah, that's coming. So those three essentials, they're trying to look at that, say, can we minimize that? Can we minimize all the extra spending?
Right.
And then how do we invest our money, which I think is a good thing.
Sure.
Get a decent rate of return, let our money compound, and then eventually get out of this job that we dislike and start living our life, travel the world, live where you want to live, do what you want to do. So it's FIRE, Financial Independence, Retire Early.
Meh. I don't know. I mean, I think I don't a whole lot about it, but I mean, I was a certified financial planner when I was 24. Unfortunately, that was over 20 years ago. So
Is that weird to say?
Yeah, that is very weird to say. I'm entering my third decade of employee benefits. Isn't that weird? I'm entering my third decade of having employees.
I just entered my third decade of life.
Right. And I'm entering my third decade of, actually, you just entered your fourth decade. You've been around for a little while. You've been around for like over 30 years. So you're into your fourth.
I see.
It's like, the 1900s where it's complicated.
Well, they say 20th Century Fox, but it was
Right.
the 1900s.
But it was the 1900s. We're like 20th
Got it.
century. That's some far out stuff. And then they went out of business because it was here.
Always threw me off. when I
Right,
was a
exactly.
kid.
I was like, oh, yeah, 20th century. That's like yesterday. Who wants to watch movies about yesterday? That's what Christmas is for when you're watching like Lifetime. And not Lifetime, but the other ones.
Yeah. Home
All
Alone.
right, so
Home
I
Alone
can't
is
even remember where I was.
Home Alone is one of the biggest shows playing this Christmas. I just heard today.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on the big screen?
Well, no, just like Christmas movies. Like there's like a Christmas Story.
Yeah.
There's all these kind of things. Well, Home Alone is now up there in the rankings.
Okay. I want my kids to see Home Alone.
It's great.
It's give them some ideas.
All right. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So anyhow, I was a CFP, certified financial planner, when I was over 20 years ago at this point. And so the concepts of financial planning are really important. Here's the problem with some of that stuff. A lot of people know this. And anyway, I sold a company and retired when I was 35. Okay. One of the things you're going to find out when you do that, if you actually get a chance to retire early, is that everyone you know is still working. And so you're like, man, this is awesome. Like, and then you go on a walk that day. And you're like, what did you do today? I went on a walk. Like, what did you do? What did you do yesterday? I went to the grocery store.
By yourself.
Right. Went by myself. There's no one around. Everyone's working all day long. And so that sucks. And I mean, it wears on you. And most people, I don't know if you've ever seen this. I think you probably have. Most people that retire without a plan of how they're going to use their time, it's not good for their health. Like a lot of people just die. Like people, because you're used to answering a bell from the minute that you wake up. Wake up, Trent. Hey, buddy. Good morning. Good morning. You're 3 years old. Good morning. It's time to wake up. It's time to have some breakfast. And then that goes on. Go to school. Come on. Got to get in the car. Got to get in the car. Boy, in my damn house, you get in the car. You got to get in the car so we can't be late for school. You have 4 kids in 4 different schools. And so you got this pressure on you. And then it's go to college, go to get a job. And then you're going to work. And then one day you're going to stop. And the thing that, I mean, I was really successful. I was really good. And, was not the only person. There were lots of people that grew our company, but I was fortunate enough to be part of it. And so when you go and you think that company revolves around you to a certain extent, everyone really does. It's ego. And so the day you go home and then you wake up, nobody will notice. Nobody cares. Like the world goes on. And so that's a beautiful thing, and that allows you to breathe and to do some things. But people that want to retire early without a plan, without understanding what they're trying to really accomplish, or I mean, most people end up in severe depression for the first couple of years after they actually retire. So one of the things that I always talk to people about is understand what you're asking for, and you got to get prepared for it. You can't just walk into totally changing what you've done for 40 something, 50, 60 years and just stop. You're going to stop that. That's a terrible idea.
Yeah. And so I think that some of these people would say, they'd counter and say, yeah, well, I have a plan. But the thing that I was looking at is just your opinion. So you retired early. Did it cost more while you were retired, or did it cost more when you were like working?
It's expensive. Yeah, my circumstances were unique, but it's very expensive. You have this idea of living on a meager lifestyle. And I don't know, my opinion on it, I take it for what it's worth, is that find something that you love to do and do that. And so
For a living.
right,
Find something that you love to do and do that.
right,
Find a way to make that
right,
your livelihood.
right,
Find a way to,
correct. And
because
so
because if you love to do it, it's probably your purpose anyways.
yeah, I would
Because
think so.
we tend to be drawn towards things we're naturally good
It's not
at.
going to feel like it's work.
Right. Okay.
It's not gonna, I mean, I never feel like it's work.
So if you're doing something that you enjoy doing, that you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm looking forward to doing this, and you get to make money at it, you don't view it as something that you need
Right.
to retire from.
Right,
You don't look at it as I'm counting down the days until I can
right.
leave this.
And anyone that looks at like the stats on, okay, I get it. You want to go on vacation? Go on vacation. How many vacations you going to go on? I know, not many. I mean, and I know because that's the interesting thing. All these people want to retire, but they never studied people that actually retired. They don't know. And so they want what they don't have. The grass is always greener on the other side. But then you actually do it and you realize that there's a reason these people are hit with severe depression. It's problematic. It's challenging. It changes everything. It changes your personal relationships. Because guess what? Most of the people that people are connected to are related to your kids and related to your work. So your kids grow up and then you retire early without a plan, and then you're sitting at home and no one cares. They're working. They're trying to pay for, and it's wonderful that you were successful. It's good. You let some air out of the balloon, but there's more to it than that. So you got to be very careful about doing that.
I don't think I've ever thought about that. They're connected to your kids and connected to who you
Yeah,
work with.
right.
And your kids are going to leave one day.
Yes, they're gone.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd not thought of it that way.
And so I've always thought about how do you get to where, I mean, unfortunately I've been able to do this. How do you work with the people that you love? And if you don't have it, you go create it. Now that's me. I'm entrepreneurial. That's not everybody, which is fine. There's nothing right or wrong about any of the approaches. You know, maybe your calling is to work for a nonprofit or something. You've got to find something to do though. And so anyhow, I mean, it's still wonderful. You can, the idea of saving money and retiring early is good, but like, what are these? I see the rates of what people actually save money. And like I told you, I don't know a whole lot about this. What are the assumptions underneath this? Because, like at the end of the prospectus and stuff, you get the thing is, all the people that are talking like this, and all the fine print. What is the fine print of that's leading them to believe that they can actually accomplish this?
Yeah, so I noticed that there are people who achieve this FIRE, this financial independence through retiring early and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say through retiring early, financial independence and retiring early. And what they do is they start making videos talking about it and promoting it.
Okay.
Which means that now they're doing something else. They're
Okay.
not on a beach drinking something fruity out of something fruity.
Right.
They are still working. It's almost like they retired so that they could pursue the thing that they love, which
Okay.
I think is good.
Sure.
And I mean, all of your points are very, very valid, and I agree with you. And because I don't want to come across personally as like hating on it, because it is so much better.
Oh my gosh.
It's so much better than just blowing all of your money, not saving,
Sure.
not investing, not looking into your future, not
Right.
having a plan. I think that what you're trying to do, and why I even brought it up, is just bringing awareness to the fact that it might not be ultimately what you want. There may be a way to get what you want, or just move 2 degrees to the left, and
Right.
you can get kind of what you want.
Or here's an idea. Maybe you do that type of an approach for 5 years and create enough latitude so that you can quit the job you hate. And you can get rid of the boss that's an asshole.
Yeah, that's the
and
thing.
so you don't have to deal with that crap anymore.
You know, working a job you hate, it's
Right.
silly.
That's right.
It's silly because you could die at any moment.
Yeah.
It's